and just we're going to release this past year with gratitude and love, and we're just looking forward to the coming year and all you wonderful people that are going to be joining us and the people that are already here. And if you have guests on the line, this call is for you. Okay, this call is specifically for our guests so they can see what a phenomenal opportunity this is and get to hear from some of the great people that are in this business. I'm going to introduce our host for the evening, and this gentleman is a go-getter deluxe. He's a brand-new platinum. We are so excited for him, and he is tearing this thing up, and he's on the Field Advisory Committee, and he is just a wonderful person. He's been very, 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 very successful in network marketing, but you know what? This is a brand-new ball game, and this man's going to do exactly the same thing with this one. And we're so excited to have him as one of our leaders, and please help me welcome to the call brand-new platinum, Mr. John Senig. Take it away, John.
Hey, Elaine, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love your enthusiasm and your willingness to help. You've got quite a background yourself, so I'm looking forward to interviewing you and having you guest host on here. So thank you very much. Our timing is fantastic. I just want to tell you a quick little story before we dive into our Nature's Pearl presentation. You already saw the Nolan Ryan endorsement, which was incredible. That was just announced last month. Where did March go? I can't even believe it. The whole month just blew right by us. But I actually got into this industry over 20 years ago. I was 23 years old back in 1989. You can do the math on that. And I was totally lucky. I was in the right place at the right time, and I got swept along. It was one of those rising tide lifts all boats type situation. And you can see on the screen there, I became one of the first $400 million circle members with this other company that's on the screen. And I had a really good run with them. I literally didn't have to get out of bed for a decade and a half, and my bills were paid. And it was a great situation to be in, and yet I didn't make retirement money mainly because I was young and dumb. I was inexperienced. I had never made more than $2,000 in a month in a traditional job, a real job as we call it. But I was still able to have a great lifestyle and do a lot of things. I traveled all over to help that other country open up in a lot of different foreign places. And today that company does $2 billion. They did $2 billion last year. So it was a great run, and I had a lot of success. But in talking with someone today, I was actually going back over the story and, how brilliant I was to position with that other company. I'm joking around. I got lucky. I was in the right place at the right time. But that timing, that luck, was worth more to me than any skill that I had, because it's the company, as it grows and expands from small to big, that's how you get market share. And that's where we are here now with Nature's Pearl. And so the analogy is that the timing I had back then, a little over 20 years ago, I see the exact same situation here with Nature's Pearl. So we're extremely lucky to be in the right place at the right time. Now, this screen is taking you back also in history. I'm turning the clock back a little bit because we've been talking about antioxidants for a couple decades. And this Time Magazine article was kind of revolutionary at the time because no one really knew what antioxidants were back in 1992. I pulled this out of the trash. But you can see it says antioxidants may one day revolutionize healthcare. And they talked about screening people to test how much damage free radicals have done to tissue, much as patients today are screened for high cholesterol. Well, we're right there at that area. Now, some of you may not be familiar with free radicals and antioxidants. What are these things? Free radicals are the bad guys. You can see that robber there on the left side of the screen. They're the ones that cause the damage and mess up your cells so that they're multiplying out of control. And antioxidants go in and combat those free radicals, kind of lock them up and neutralize them and get rid of them, and they're the good guys. So we want a lot of antioxidants. We want to minimize the free radicals. I'll give you another good analogy for antioxidants and free radicals. If you cut an apple in half, what happens to it? I think everybody gets the answer to that question, right? It turns brown. Well, if you spread a little lemon juice on that apple before it turns brown, you can actually keep it not brown, which is kind of cool. And that's the whole antioxidant protection, fighting the free radicals that turn that apple brown. So I hope that makes sense. It's not really more difficult than that. I mean, we could analyze it all day and get all kind of scientific crazy on you, but no need to do that. Same thing happens with metal. You know, when water gets on it, it can rust over time. The more water, the more rust. And even happens with CDs and DVDs. If you've had a CD, one of your favorite albums for a long time, you may have noticed it doesn't play like it used to. The disc is actually oxidizing. So it's happening all over, including inside the human body. You want a really good look at a free radical? I got one here for you. If you ever have to deal with a free radical like that, then obviously you have a much bigger problem. But that's my joke for the night, and so I'll be done with that. The history of antioxidants, though, is well known, and there's a lot of documentation out there. Dr. James Balch wrote the book Prescription for Nutritional Healing. Everybody's heard of that. You can go find it in any major bookstore. He says when our bodies turn oxygen into energy, the reaction creates damaging byproducts known as free radicals, which eat away at us almost as rust does metal. And he goes on to say that as antibiotics in the 20th century helped cure many infectious diseases, so antioxidants will affect the cure of many supposedly incurable diseases in the 21st century and slow the process of aging dramatically. And I've seen that plenty already in my short life here. You can see people who have aged differently than others, and a lot of it comes down to what they eat, what they put in their body, and what Dr. Lester Packer said, who's out at Berkeley, and he said this long ago, but he's been studying antioxidants his whole life. He said more than 70% of Americans will die prematurely from diseases caused by or compounded by deficiencies of antioxidants. And the key quote is there at the bottom, where he says it's virtually impossible to get the optimal amount of antioxidants through food alone. So, we've established that you've got to supplement. And even the Journal of the American Medical Association 10 years ago finally changed their tune and said we recommend all adults take a multivitamin daily. This is a 20-year policy reversal. They said you got to take enough to prevent the deficiency. You're probably getting enough in your food to prevent deficiency, but not enough to prevent disease. And they went on to say that recent evidence has shown that low levels of vitamins, even well above those causing deficiency syndromes, are risk factors for chronic disease. And so we see this time and time again. There have been literally decades and tens of thousands of published papers that document the link between free radicals and disease and the beneficial effects of antioxidants. And Dr. Cutler, Richard Cutler, who works at the NIH, said the amount of antioxidants you maintain in your body is directly proportional to how long you will live. So I think all the information's out there, and it's just a matter now of whether or not people decide to put good things into their body. Now, we have proof that our product works, and that's what separates us from all the other nutritional supplements out there. I say all, I'm talking about 99.99%. Because of the proof that we have, we are focused on a business with billions of dollars of revenue potentially over the next few decades, and we're really excited about that because, of course, if you haven't heard, Nature's Pearl is brand new. No one's heard about it yet, even though they've been on the market for a few years. They were sold in GNC and Walgreens and Eckerd over the last 5-6 years, but they pulled it off the shelf because of the clinical studies that we got, and those clinical studies were done on our product, and I'm going to show you that here in just a minute, and that gave us proof that our product was actually doing some good in the body. And, of course, all those other nutrition companies would love to have the product proof that we do. On top of that, they'd love to have the positive press coverage that we've had, and I'll show you that here too, and then they'd love to have the financial backing that we do. So we've got everything in place, and really all we need to do now is just go out and spread the word. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of the science, and then we're going to wrap up all the scientific talk and talk about business. But, before we do that, let me just ask you a real quick question. Have you ever seen a business with a real cause, one that means more than just putting money in your own pocket? I mean, what we have here with Nature's Pearl is a company with a gigantic long-term mission to help hundreds of millions of people worldwide. I know that's a huge number, but that's what we're talking about. And in my opinion, there's never been a greater cause in network marketing, in direct sales, in word-of-mouth advertising to go out there and help people make a change in their lives and their longevity and their aging process, all the great things that antioxidants do. Now, this is the first clinical study that was completed on Nature's Pearl product. And again, I didn't say the ingredients, I said the product. You can see here, this is the Journal of the American College of Nutrition on the left-hand side of the screen. That's the October 2010 issue, and they reported 10 pages of that whole journal. They gave to a study, reporting on a study that was conducted down at Wake Forest University School of Medicine, and this was an independent, randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled human clinical trial that was done down there, and it showed that the Nature's Pearl supplement increased the brachial artery, the largest artery in the arm, by almost 4.5%. That's the 4.44 that you'll see on one of our products later on. But that was significant enough that a lot of people took note, and then they wanted to do some homework from there. And this was not, again, rats getting injected by some liquid or them chewing on grapes, which is our primary ingredient. This is actually humans swallowing our pills. And, we have it right on the label. You take one in the morning and one at night. So 2 a day. If you can see down there at the bottom right of that little bottle, it says 60 capsules. Well, that's a month's supply if you take 2 a day. And the price on that is so affordable. I was just shocked when I heard that they had these clinical studies in place. And then we've got a price as low as we do. And then we had this second clinical study, which was spurred on by the results from the first clinical. And the results from the second clinical were even more dramatic than the first. In fact, they've been life-changing for thousands of people, and soon it'll be for millions of people across the globe. Now, the government will not allow us to tell you what happened with our product in that second clinical study. But you can read it for yourself at this generic website, muscadinehealthresearch.com. That's the only website you really need to write down here tonight. You can take notes and you can ask questions, of course. But if you want to get all your answers to any of the scientific stuff, it's all right there at muscadinehealthresearch.com. You can spell health and research, so muscadine is the key word. That's the grape seed that generates all the nutritional value in our supplement, muscadine. That's muscadine, muscadinehealthresearch.com. And muscadine is kind of grape, and it's loaded with antioxidants, and I can get into all kinds of scientific detail on that too, but I'm going to spare you tonight. You can go read it all at muscadinehealthresearch.com if you want. Now, Fox TV in Charlotte, North Carolina, gave us the best 2-minute news story a company could ever ask for. Make sure you see this. If you haven't seen it yet, we can't show it to you on here, but the link is available, again, from the person that invited you here. You can actually see it at that muscadinehealthresearch.com site in the video section. But when you see that video clip, you'll want to show it to everyone you know. And it's pretty exciting, the information that is on that video. Again, it's just 2 minutes, so everybody's got time to watch that. It's not hard to go and share that information with somebody, but, there it is right there, muscadinehealthresearch.com, and over there on the right-hand side, you'll see there's a little word that says videos, and you click there. You can watch some other videos there. If you do, this is my little warning to you. It's going to change the way you eat when you see that information on there. Pretty dramatic. And we'll talk a little bit more about some of the things you can do here in just a second. But this is Nolan Ryan. He's actually been using Nature's Pearl for over 4 years. And I'd love to tell you the reason why he's using it, but you can probably figure that out. He says on a little 30-second commercial he shot for Nature's Pearl, I take Nature's Pearl every day for my health and energy. And, again, get back to the person that invited you, and you can see that. By the way, Nolan Ryan, if you're not familiar with him, besides being a Hall of Famer, he pitched more no-hitters in his career than anybody else, has by far more strikeouts. No one's even close. No one will ever catch him on strikeouts. That's like Jerry Rice's receiving yardage record in the NFL. Just will not be touched. But he pitched his last no-hitter at age 44, which just blew everyone's mind. I'm just barely older than that now. I can't even imagine playing baseball at that level, 10 years ago. It would have been tough. 27 years as a pro athlete. This guy is the epitome of anti-aging, and here he is out in Nature's Pearl. Got to love it. So you can see there we got a whole product line. This next slide has Dr. Weston Saunders, nickname of Wiggy. Dr. Wiggy, he was on the Doctor's TV show, so a lot of people are familiar with that. I'm not. I've never seen that TV show, I'm sorry to say. I don't see a whole lot of TV shows, but he was unbelievable. I got to spend a few minutes with him after he spoke at our convention just a month ago, almost to the day. It was March 3rd or March 4th, something like that. 3 weeks ago. It wasn't that long ago. Okay. I'll get it right. But he talked about improving the health of your cells and the power of antioxidants and what it can do for, certain inflammation and other joint ailments and all kinds of things, and, a lot of stuff that we can't really get into in a public broadcast. But, he went into great detail on why he thought that Nature's Pearl had a fantastic revolutionary supplement on their hands. And, this is just, again, more press, more attention that we have coming at us. And a lot of people, may look at this stuff and say, well, that's a paid endorsement. And I say, well, okay, yeah, but this guy's an actual MD in the field. He's not playing a doctor on TV. He actually has his own practice, and he's out there slugging it out in the medical field day in and day out, and he's out there advising patients. And, he's got a value that he's giving and that he's sharing with people in terms of his opinion. So that means a lot to us, and, again, we're very fortunate to have that kind of endorsement. And this is another huge endorsement, again, that most people don't understand, but the key is bombarding your body with the right amount and the right kind of antioxidants. And if you look at this oxygen radical absorbing capacity, you can probably figure out just from the name there, that ORAC abbreviation, that acronym, we're talking about the ability of antioxidants to absorb free radicals, those nasty things that we mentioned earlier. And you can see here that this is on the right-hand side, this is the Nature's Pearl antioxidant level, that ORAC value, towering over all the others. The chart is actually not even a scale, because that 895 is more than triple the next closest, which is regular grape, that vinifera grape, which has a 273. Multiply that by 3, it doesn't even come close to the 895. And then you go down farther, you can see there's an apple on there, and blueberry and cranberry. I mean, we're familiar with a lot of these fruits, but we're not familiar with the muscadine, and most people have never even heard of muscadine, let alone know about the incredible ORAC value and the antioxidant potential of this grape supplement. It grows in the southeastern United States. It's got a network inside of the seeds of 100 different antioxidant, what we call phenolic compounds, and they're all in there. And again, I could talk about this all day, but 87% of the health benefits, that nutritional value, those naturally occurring phenolic compounds, are found inside of the seed. And you can see 11% are present in the skins, and about less than 2% is in the juice. So we could sell you a bottle of this juice and tell you how great it is, which it is great. It tastes fantastic, and it's probably got better nutritional value than most juices on the market. But, and we sell it, but it's not going to come anywhere near what the value is that you get from that bottle. Now, this is documented fact. You can see this link again at the bottom, which is also on that muscadinehealthresearch.com site. But there it is. That was actually a published article, a clinical study, analyzing the nutritional content of a muscadine grape from 2010. You might be looking at that saying, okay, that's way more information than I need. But it is out there. So I love that. And I'm going to show you a little bit more on the cost and some of the other products that we have. But Liz Allen, are you on the phone with us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think now is a great time to introduce you and take just a little time with you, because you're a nutritionist. You're a sports nutritionist by your trade, and educated with a BS in nutrition and dietetics. And I give you all the credentials and the long title, and yet you're a platinum director with Nature's Pearl. You're a rep in the field, and you're out there doing the same thing that we're all doing, talking to people about the benefit of Nature's Pearl and sharing the information with everybody. Did I do that right?
That was.
Did I say it all right? Did I lose you? Where are you? All right, I hope you're coming back. While she comes, interrupt me if you can come back. While she's coming back on, I'll just mention, you can see the price tag here on the bottle. It's $1 a day, $1 a day, $30 for a month's supply, which is just amazing. I looked at the president of the company, and I said, surely you could be charging double or triple for a product that's been through these clinical studies. And he said, yeah, we probably could have charged more, but we wanted to make sure that it was available to the masses so everybody could afford it. And that's exactly what we have here. So, Liz, are you back? I thought I heard her, and then she was gone. All right, well, we're going to come back to her and get her expertise on not only the products, but on why she's pursuing this as a business. You can see here the cost of our juice, which is the same size as these other juices that are on the screen. And look at the price. We're talking about 80 to 90% cheaper than the exact same amount with them. Are you back on with us, Liz?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
John?
You sound great. Yeah.
I don't know what happened. The call just dropped. I'm so sorry.
That is all right. Hey, it was worth the wait, so no problem at all. How are you tonight?
We are doing just lovely. Thank you. I'm enjoying your talk. That was actually really, really awesome, John. That whole antioxidant explanation was fabulous.
Thank you. Coming from you, that means a lot. Tell us a little bit more about what you've seen with Nature's Pearl and the antioxidant connection.
Well, what I see is that Americans are dying too early. They are aging too fast, and they are not enjoying a lot of their life because they're running around doctoring, and they are sick. And so what I see is that we have something that can answer a lot of those issues, and prevention is absolutely a critical part of what people need to be doing for their health. So everybody you meet is a potential customer and actually needs the product, from children to, the people in nursing homes. It's absolutely unlimited as far as the market.
Now, here's my favorite question for a medical professional or a nutrition expert. And sorry for being obnoxious, but here's the question of the day. Can I eat my way to proper nutrition?
And, that is tricky because everybody would love to think that they could. The problem is, and we've all heard it, till we're blue in the face, the soils aren't the same, the food processors don't have our back. We have to be in charge of our own health, and we cannot trust the government to provide us with safe products because there's all kinds of loopholes. So it goes on and on and on, and the very obvious fact is that I know how people eat. I look at food journals every week, and I see that Americans are starving in a land of plenty. So, no, you can't. You cannot get this level of antioxidant, and you cannot eat enough fruit to do that or vegetables. It's not possible.
Well, that was my next question, is how many of those muscadine grapes would I have to eat to get the same nutrition as I would from 2 capsules?
Yeah, it's just crazy. And another reason I jumped on board, besides the clinical trials, which was really, really awesome, of course, but was the price. I have been involved with another antioxidant company, which I loved and I was so proud of, and it had 1/5 of the amount of milligrams of antioxidant, and it was double the price.
Wow.
And that was another reason I went, this is unbelievable, how they have priced this product, the amount of milligrams in each capsule, and the market, and not to mention the integrity of our leadership, and on we could all go there. But it's a fabulous time to be involved in prevention because our healthcare situation is changing, and I don't think we all understand what's even happening with healthcare reform and what's happening. So, yeah, prevention is now.
I love it. Well, coming from you, that means so much. And, here's another good question for you. You've been plugged in with the company. You've generated a tremendous amount of revenue, which means you're making great money. And I'm sure that you're loving this, and you're loving the fact that you really haven't even scratched the surface on what we're going to do with this over the next couple of years. And so I wanted, the next question for you is, as you build this out, are you relying on previous network marketing experience, or is this your first go-around?
I have gotten some previous experience with other companies, but I'm definitely not relying on that because, honestly, Nature's Pearl has created a compensation plan that average people can do. And in spite of the fact that, yes, I happen to have a degree in nutrition, I've always been passionate about nutrition, that's not why I've been successful in Nature's Pearl, because it's very easy for people to look at what I do and go, well, that's great for you, Liz. That's perfect. I can't do that. So don't anybody out there be intimidated by the nutrition part of this, because that doesn't duplicate very well. So I don't even really advertise or talk too much about that. So, yeah, this is designed for the average person to go out and have coffee and share the little flip chart, and it's so simple. The story is so compelling, but it's so authentic, and it's so simple to talk about. It's just a grape.
And it is probably the most compelling story in network marketing right now. I don't think there's any question about it. Indirect sales, it's a story that needs to be told. People need to hear it. You just reinforced that. And so have you ever made money in direct sales like you're making here?
Oh, no, not at all. You're always hoping, always wishing, always trying, and always having the feeling that you're a worker bee and everybody else in the organization that got in way early is really who's making all the money. So, no, this is so doable for average people, and that's what I'm so encouraged about as well, because not only are people hurting physically, but people are still hurting financially. And it's just such a joy. And you know, you just sort through people. There's a lot of damage that's been done in networking. There's been a lot of funky companies out there. But we are so proud of what we have. And the integrity is just, I don't know, I think it's a little bit unusual to have all this stuff, like you've already mentioned, come together, you know, the capitalization of the company financially, the integrity of our leaders that we love, the simple story, it's just all there, and it's priced well. There's nothing slick about it. It's just so easy to talk about.
Well, I love that. I think they got the hard part right, wouldn't you say? The product and the science.
Yes, and more will be coming. And we are only, like you know, we keep saying it's going to keep getting better. So, and not to mention the app and what all they've done. They've just done every single thing. Nothing has been left unturned for the people in the field to have what they need in their toolbox to make this work. If we have to work, it will work. If we work, it will work.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you spoke at our convention last month, and I have to say you did a great job. It was a lot. You could tell you're having fun with this. Is that a good assessment?
We are.
This is a serious business, but you're also having a great time, right?
You are, because it's a people business. And if you care about people and you have a sincere desire to see people's lives improved and you have a passionate belief that what you have is going to help them, then it just becomes really, really fun. It's about meeting with some girlfriends at Panera. It's about inviting people into your home and just telling the story. And then you start to have testimonies, and that's so gratifying when people are literally feeling better and pain-free and reversing some pretty serious conditions. It becomes, you know, almost addictive. Like you just look around and go, who can we talk to? So, yeah. It's not like going to work, and I do love what I do, but it doesn't feel like work when you're sharing nature's pearl, because it's uplifting. And it's, yeah.
So
people
what did you do when you started?
Excited.
Great.
I'm sorry,
go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What did you do when you started out here? Did you, run ads? Did you call up all your patients, or were you out there,
I started to listen to people as I just go through my day. You know, there's such a thing as momentum, and I didn't start with as much momentum as some people because I was, building my own story, and it kind of started that my husband's headaches went away. He had some migraines that went away, and then another good friend of mine, Tom Garnett, who was one of my first distributors, his back stopped hurting, and then on and on, people just started feeling better, and I was like, wow, this is really, really awesome. So I just kind of started to listen, and when people would begin to complain about whatever it was, their allergies, their arthritis, their doctor said this, I would go, I have something that might help. And then they would say, oh, what is it? And then they're asking me to tell them what it is. But, there's an art to sharing this. And then I've got their ear, and then I'll say, you know what, could we get together? It's really awesome, and I don't want to do it in 3 minutes. I don't want to piecemeal it. So then we get the appointment. And that was one way I would share. And then another way would be to get together with a couple people that were also interested in building a side income, and we would invite people into our homes. and we would have snacks, and we would just laugh, and then we'd have a few people to tell their story. We call these Pearl parties now. And they're professional, they're duplicatable, people are in and out in an hour and a half at the most. And we are seeing over 50% of the people that come are interested in getting involved. So that's a pretty good closing rate.
And you put the product on people, I take it they can taste, touch, smell, feel the product while they're there at your house.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Oh, yeah. You want to get all their senses involved. We love doing that. We serve the juice. We, sample the shots. Sometimes we'll have little tour prizes for letting them feel the lotion, and that opens people's hearts when you get different levels. And we're not just sitting here lecturing. It's very interactive and fun. People are allowed to ask questions.
You want to touch on the personal care line briefly about the toxic-free and organic line?
Right, and this is an area that, yes, it's about beauty. It's an area that all women are interested in how their skin looks as we age, but it's way deeper than that. And when I went to Nature's Pearl University is when I really, really began to get it, that all of our products have the muscadine extract in them, that within 15 to 20 seconds of whatever you put on your skin, it's getting absorbed into your blood, and right away it's beginning to go to work for you or not. And so when you really take a look at what's out there and some of the things that we assume are safe and the stuff that women are dragging home from Target and Walmart with all of the toxins in there, and we understand it does impact metabolism. It does make it difficult to burn fat and lose weight. Everyone's worried about losing weight and all the inflammation that's going on. I started to go, wow, this is way more than, how my makeup is going to look on my skincare. This is healing my body from the inside out and then from the outside in. So I had a little skin cancer on my skin last summer, and I used the relief spray twice a day for 6 weeks, and it fell off after 6 weeks. I mean, when you hear enough stories like that, and then it happens to you, you're like, wow, who can I tell about this?
Well, I just love your info, and of course we could talk for another 2 hours, me and you, just me and you, no one else listening, about
absolutely, John.
The great things that we've seen over, the last several months, with aggressive involvement here with Nature's Pearl. I'm really excited that you're on board, and also that you're just south of me in Richmond. We got a huge event coming up in across the southeast, all the way from Florida up to here in the D.C. area. And you're going to be you're going to have the corporate tour there on, this will be a training tour on April 16th. That's Tuesday, right, in Richmond?
Absolutely. Yes, we are so excited about that. To think that all this Nature's Pearl talent is going to be in the same room here to help us expand and teach us how they did it. We have some amazing leaders, and so I just can hardly believe they're all coming. It's just so wonderful.
Well, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to coming down there and seeing everybody in Richmond, and then we're going to be up here the next day in D.C. So we got things going on all over the place. Do you think I can do the comp plan in the next, 7 minutes? Go over with everyone how you make money here? Because that's what I got to do.
I would. I think you should take it away. All right, go for it.
Well, thank you so much for getting on here and lending your expertise, and I look forward to seeing you again here. Just a couple of weeks away from hitting Richmond down there, and we've got several other cities, so make sure that you get back to the person that invited you, and they'll tell you where we're going to be. We're actually covering a lot of North America, all the way from Toronto out to L.A., so there'll be a lot of stops in this process. We just had a new skincare travel pack that became available last month, and you can see the contents of that, and approved for flying, so this is a really hot item, and the lip balm is really cool. Let me tell you how you get started with us as a distributor. Hopefully we've given you plenty of reason to want to do that today, and then you can kind of pick what product package you want. We have 4 different ones. We used to just have 2, and I'll show you the 2 initial ones here. This $529 package is what we call the Pearl Plus, and they give you almost $400 of bonus free product in there. So this is quite a bit, but that lets you get really set up for business to go and share this with a lot of other people. and you can see all the different things that are tallied here. If $529 is a little steep for you, you can go to our smaller package, which is called the Pearl package, and it's $259. And with that, even they basically throw in the entire skincare line because you're getting 8 bottles of supplement at $30 a bottle. That's $240 right there. So, the rest of the product is basically free if you do the math that way. So it's a nice setup. You can get enough product for you to try and, sell a few bottles, share a little. We do the gift team and enroll system where we share product with people, and then they see our team, the awesome system that we have in place, and then enroll. It's really that simple. We could complicate it, but there's not much more to it. With your enrollment and your product package, you are also getting your online store. The first month is free, and then it's $14.95 a month after that. Some people might look at that $15 a month and say, what am I getting? You're getting an app. I'm going to show you that here in just a second. It's really incredible. That's one of the most amazing things that we've gotten in the last couple of months is that mobile app where you can run your whole business right from a smartphone, either an Android or an iPhone. But you can literally do business in the U.S., Canada, Puerto Rico, Guam, and Barbados now. And we're expanding into several other countries very rapidly. And that'll catapult our growth just by itself, just by opening up a new country, a new market. You'll add revenue that way. So we've got an explosion happening this year in terms of our revenue, and you can share in that just by hitting one of the top 4 levels, and I'll show you that in a minute. But if you sell one of those Pearl Plus packages, you're going to get 25% on anything you sell. So that's 132 out of that 529. If you have someone that you bring on as a distributor, and then they bring somebody on, that would be what we call your second level, and you get 4% on that, so that's $21. And then on the third level, you get 3%. That'd be $16. So, it doesn't matter where they come in on your first 3 levels, you're going to get paid a significant amount. And then this is on the Pearl Plus. On the Pearl regular package, that $259 package, 25% of that would be almost $65, 4% $10, and then 3% would be almost $8. So you're getting a nice chunk of change on anybody that you enroll, regardless of what package they come on board with. We have 2 new enrollment packages just released last month. They take those same 2 packages I just showed you, and they add a 10 case of the energy shot. And so whether you add that to the 259 pack or the 529 pack, you are basically just adding in the 10 cases of energy shot. And so you're looking at a retail value of $750 on that Pearl Plus 4.44 package, or I'm sorry, this is what you pay, $475. The $259 added on with the 10 cases of energy shot is $475 or $750. So it's not bad. That's the retail value right there, those top 2 numbers. So you're either looking at $475 or $750 if you want to get the energy shots. And at $2 a piece wholesale, those are a value. You're actually saving even more than that when you buy them with the enrollment package. So they're actually subsidizing that quite a bit, and you got to love the company for that. So if you order the Pearl package 4.44, 25% of that would be $90 instead of $65. And then if you get the Pearl Plus with the energy shots, it'll be $160 instead of $132. So that's how that works. So those are paid out every week. We get direct deposit right into our bank. You don't even have to cash a check. It's so great. They direct deposit right into your account on Friday morning every week from the previous week's activity. And our week runs Sunday through Saturday. And then you can see here we've got a one-time bonus that's paid out as you advance from rank to rank. The bronze level pays $25. That's just going and getting a couple people. Silver is getting up to 4 people, and that's $75. And then gold is getting 5 to 10 based on what product pack they come on board with. But if you do $2,500 in volume, they're going to pay you a $300 one-time bonus if you do that within your first 90 days of starting up. I tell people, do it in the first week. Go and get 5 to 10 people. You might only get 2 or 3, but then if each of those 2 or 3 get 2 or 3, you're knocking on the door. You're right there. And you put that $300 in your pocket in addition to all the enrollment bonuses. You're looking at about $1,000 whenever you do that, just from the people you enroll and then that one-time bonus. So it's kind of nice. Now, between now and May 31st, they'll give you an extra $100 cash bonus for hitting what we call that gold rank, doing $2,500 in revenue. Not that hard to do. And $100 it's a nice little extra spring break cash bonus. But 2,500 is the target, and it says 10 Pearl packs, but the Pearl Plus is double the volume, so it would be half of the number. So it would be 5 Pearl Plus packages to get to 2,500 in volume. I hope I'm not losing you on that. But you can go and watch. We have a video that walks you through the entire comp plan, so you don't have to memorize all this stuff. And we have it on one page on the PDF. It's dynamite. You can check that out. The company did an incredible job, not only in agreeing to pay us all this money, but on mapping it out. So we have a beautiful template that explains everything in great detail, and we got a video that walks you through everything. It's all in place, so you don't have to figure anything out. If you want to really start making serious money, you go to the director level, and you have to have 7,500 in volume. And if you're a veteran, you're looking at that going, that you can't make serious money from 7,500 in volume. Well, that's true, but then you're on the launch pad to start getting paid serious money. And I mentioned that Liz is a platinum director, and that's triple this volume. But what you've done is you position yourself to now get paid on every enrollment package that moves in your entire organization. So you're getting paid beyond the first 3 levels. You're getting paid infinite levels on anyone that comes in on their enrollment package until someone else underneath you hits director. And then you're racing to the next spot, which is platinum. So if you hit director, they're going to pay you. They want you to go there because they're going to pay you a $1,000 bonus one time as soon as you hit that level, and then maintain it for 1 more month. They're going to pay you that $1,000, and they'll include it in your weekly check, and they're going to give you $750 cash after you go out to Nature's Pearl University. So essentially, they're giving you $1,750 in your pocket once you hit that director level. And you could say that they're giving you an all-expense-paid trip to the company. That's fine. $750 will be extra. There'll be more money there. I couldn't believe it. That was another thing where I said, "You're going to give that much to travel?" And they said, "Yeah, we want to make sure everybody's travel costs are covered." So they pulled that off. And if you're anywhere on the East Coast, you're pocketing money on that deal for sure. So here's the director pay. On a Pearl pack, you make $15 anywhere in your organization. That's in addition to the first 3 level bonuses. And then on the Pearl Plus, you're making double that because double the price. And when you hit platinum, where Liz is, on every enrollment in your organization, you're making $35 on every enrollment on the Pearl package, and then on the Plus, you're making double that on $70. I mean, you think about it. If you go enroll someone yourself when you're a platinum director, you're making the $70 plus you're making the $132. So you're making $200 when you enroll them. Plus you're making the director bonus too. You also pocket all that. So you're looking at $100 plus the $132. That's a lot of dough. And you can see all these other levels. You might be thinking, well, they make less, but they're making so much more money on the residuals. They don't care. And on the leadership bonus too. This is the payment on the new packs with the energy shots. You can see the 15 and 30 went up to 20 and 35, and the 35 and 70 went up to 50 and 90. Again, there's a lot more money here. It makes it really easy to get through the qualifications and the rank requirements. All right, last 2 minutes, and then we'll wrap this up. 3% is paid back to each level, and that's of total company revenue. So that's 12% of total company revenue they're paying back. So just to make it easy for you, if the company did $2 million in revenue and you're paying 3%, that's $60,000 in bonus money paid back to the top 4 ranks. So you want to get to those top 4 ranks, and I recommend doing that as fast as possible. What that really means is as we expand internationally, you can collect on those foreign countries, even if you don't live there or have any organization in there. Like if we open up Japan, just say hypothetically, you don't know anybody there, but all of a sudden Japan starts doing $20 million a month, $50 million a month. You can get a little chunk of that when your 3% that's coming back in to that bonus pool. That's exciting. We pay down 5% residual money, 6 levels down, and then we pay 3% on the 7th and 2% on the 8th. That is unheard of. That's fantastic dough right there. That's 35% paid from every dollar product ordered, in addition to the 12% that's paid back to the top 4 ranks. That's 47% of every dollar that's being paid back to the rep force, just nonstop. I mean, there's no stipulation there. You just need to go get it. And if you see the requirements to get paid down these 6 levels, I'm just shaking my head. I can't even believe it. I mean, you literally get that just by hitting the director level. So, yes, that's right. You need 7,500 in volume, brute volume, you and everybody underneath you. to get paid down 6 levels, which is, again, just unheard of. That's a lot of dough. We also have another promotion just announced last month, what we call the Pearl Club, and everybody needs to get in the Pearl Club, get in the Pearl Pool, because this is an all-expense-paid trip, a week-long trip to the Sandals Resort in the Bahamas, and I am definitely going on that, and I can't wait. If you haven't seen the video of this the resort, check it out. It's awesome. Just go on YouTube and Google it. Can you Google something on YouTube? I don't know what the rules are on that. And then here's the app, and I'm not going to get into any more detail because you can hear about it at length. At 10 o'clock in 15 minutes, you can actually get an entire training and demo. You'll get a live demo from John Preskey, the app developer, the actual CEO of the company that put this out. And he's going to walk you through how the thing works and how to integrate it. It is one of the best prospecting tools I've ever seen because you can shoot this over. This app is free. Anybody can get it, and they will give prizes out to just a random to a guest who gets on the app, and they'll give prizes out. And we're talking about cash and product to the rep who gets the most people to download this app. And we have it on the smartphone, and pretty soon we're going to have it on the desktop, on the laptop. You'll be able to run it from anywhere. And we're just weeks away from that. We thought we were going to have it out right away, but it was a little buggy, and they want to make sure that it's completely bug-free before they put it out there. So I love the fact that they are making sure everything is spiffy before they release it out there. So I don't have time to tell you about Rowena. I love talking about her. I got to meet her last month for the first time. But look at the run she had. She's a nanny up in Toronto. Her first 7 months, June to December of last year, she made over $6,000 on average per month. Now she's in the 5-figure monthly check range, and she's hit it. And she was doing this, part-time, which is really amazing because she didn't have a car, and she was, working as a nanny all day, every day. This is not a typical example. I have to give you our disclaimer, but it is something that's possible to do. So we are out there looking for millions of people to join us in our cause around the globe to spread the word so that we have freedom of speech and health and medicine. And timing is everything. You find out about something like this. I don't know how fast you want to move, how hungry you are to build a business or help other people, but you're in the right place at the right time. No one's heard of this yet, so you couldn't ask for better timing. And this is our president of our company, Brock Agee, and our master distributor, Joe Land, what we call a global field director. And they have put in place a company that is, I think, going to the moon and ready to do huge, huge revenue. So get in while the timing is right before everybody else hears about it. The timing is now, and it's really the time that you have now is the only time you have power over. Manage your time, join a business, work it part-time, take a little bit of extra time to put into this and create a residual income stream for years and years to come. I want to say thank you to our host, Elaine Scott, and to our special guest speaker, Liz Allen, and everybody else who helped us put tonight together. And get back to the person that invited you. I want to thank our guest. Tonight was for you. Get back to the person that invited you to look at the comp plan, to get more info, to try the product, and get one of those product packages and join us in one of the most worthwhile causes in marketing history. So we'll clear out now, and you can jump back onto this webcast if you want to see the presentation at 10 o'clock. It's the same webcast, same site, and same phone number. Appreciate it. Everybody, you have a great evening, and we'll see you soon.